It's a trap. It's a trap. Or is it? What are we talking about? We're talking about the DS-4081. Now, I could have sworn I made a video on this a long time ago. Maybe I did under and it had a different file name, but I can't find it. I don't know why they would have pulled this particular video from me. YouTube, or I like to call them them. THEM. Totally hidden evil motherfuckers. The ones that somehow make my videos on the public side disappear. Either way, whichever one it is, the video is gone. I didn't pull it. So unless I named it something wrong, which doesn't sound like me, let's take a look at what we're talking about. What is the DS-4081? What is that form? And is it something you need to use, should use? Probably not. But once again, it is a right and a freedom of yours. So we're going to bring it to you because that's what we do here. I trust you guys to use this information wisely. But if not, that's why we have a system in place to regulate those monsters and automatons and beasts of burden out there in the field. But that's not any of my people. So let's take a look at the DS 4081. Make it bigger. That's what she said. All right. So as you can see here, even though it's not on top of their document with an official OMB number, you can see up here, eForms, state.gov forms DS 4081. So it's a real form. But what is it? It's a statement of understanding concerning the consequences and ramifications of renunciation or relinquishment of U.S. nationality. Now, how come they don't say U.S. citizenship? Because the real monoatomic gold, should look that up if you don't know what it is that you are born with U.S. nationality. But everywhere else, they're trying to push U.S. citizenship down your throat. No, did he? Did he know? I thought to all those naysayers out there, where are all those dingling touchers who had something to say about the stuff where there's no such thing as this nationality thing. Not you know where are these cops and these federal agents and whoever else who wants to say there's no such thing as a national, even though it says it right on GPO style manual section 5.23 in all the years it was published. Probably should have an update sometime soon, Department of State, just saying, you guys want me to help you write one? Just, I mean, you guys have my information, so just. But where are these? Where are all these people that there's no such thing as this U.S. nationality? You can't get a passport as a U.S. national. Where are all of my postal workers, the bad ones, not the good ones who give me information? Thank you guys. And if some of you guys want to give me inside stuff that's not national security, national, I will take it. But nothing illegal, of course, or criminal or anything like that. No thanks. But where are all those people that say there's no such thing as U.S. nationality? I mean, this says U.S. Department of State, Bureau of Consular Affairs, Uh, it doesn't say anything about other people from other countries. It says for here, us, U.S. I mean, if you're renouncing or relinquishing something that the U.S. can control, then it's got to be here, right? And apparently the form is called a DS-4081. Now, do not use this form for real. This form, and there are other types, actually means you will be stateless. Because when you get rid of your U.S. nationality, your citizenship goes with it too. Zero. Some people had their thought was to use this depending on their certain legal trouble issues, and that may or may not work. I'm not going to confirm or deny that. Some people have argued that if you're no longer their property in any way, shape, form, or fashion, then they can't deal with you. But if you're stateless, might makes right, and if who's going to come and protect you? And apparently, you don't have any recognized rights as a citizen or a national because they're both gone. And if you don't have your own established or recognized by them, they don't have to recognize it. So there can be good and bad to this. I mean, there's plenty of more. I'm just giving you the surface stuff. I do sincerely mean this. This is not a video that you should take lightly or a form. I've seen people do it. It can get sticky real quick and not in the good way. All right, let's take a look at the form again. Let's go through it, see what they got to say. Let's corroborate what's been said.
Statement of understanding concerning the consequences and ramifications of renunciation or relinquishment of U.S. nationality. I do
I, your name, understand that. Let's read through.
I have the right to renounce/relinquish my United States nationality. 2, 3, 4.
Oh, we're doing that? Okay. I have the intention to relinquishing my United States nationality. They really want you to know for sure you're getting rid of your nationality. This is your nationality, guys. You're yes, as a national. It's gone. This is one of the documents that does that. And if you lose your nationality, your citizenship is going to go with it because you had to have your nationality first. That was what you had when you were born. So do not do this. Do not take this lightly. Do not play around with this. Do not play around with these people. Because when it's gone, it's gone. You ain't got no leg, no table, no nothing to stand on. Your name is going to be Eileen with your one leg. You're going to be going swimming in a lake with no legs, and your name is Bob. No offense to anybody with no legs or one leg. I'm just saying. All right. I am exercising my right to renunciate, relinquish freely and voluntarily without force, compulsion, or under influence placed upon me by any person. Upon relinquishing my United States nationality, I will become an alien with respect to the United States, subject to all laws and procedures of the United States regarding entry and control of aliens. It is all bad. If you leave and you're going to do this, you better make sure you ain't coming back. I mean, you got to really be wanting to be done here. If I do not possess the nationality citizenship of any country other than the United States upon my renunciation or relinquishment, I will become stateless and may face extreme difficulties traveling internationally and entering most countries and maintaining a place to reside, to reside. If I am found to be deportable by a foreign country, my renunciation or relinquishment may not prevent my involuntary return to the United States. My renunciation, relinquishment may not affect my military or selective service status, if any. I understand that any problems in this area must be resolved with appropriate agencies. My renunciation, relinquishment may not affect my liability, if any, to prosecution for any crimes which I may have committed or committed in the future which violate American U.S. law or United States law. It says may. They're not saying will or it won't. You know, they got to put that in there. My renunciation, relinquishment may not affect my liability for extradition to the United States. My renunciation, relinquishment may not exempt me from United States income taxation. Now, if I was going to do this and be a dick, I would cross out the word may not and say my relinquishment, renunciation exempt me from that. But oh, but they don't have to worry about this with me. I'm not touching it. With regard to United States taxation consequences, I understand that I must contact the United States Internal Revenue Service because that's a separate thing. It's its own thing. It's a service. It's not an agency. It's not a under the Constitution agency for the United States of America. They just have a tight relationship between this company for profit debt collector and the Treasury. They work hip and hip. They assigned them, hey, you're going to do this for us, and we're basically going to regard you as one of us, as us. But it's really not, especially with its headquarters in Puerto Rico. Further, I understand that if my renunciation of the United States nationality is determined by the United States Attorney General to be motivated by tax avoidance purposes, which tax avoidance is not illegal, and actually, Department of State, tax avoidance is not illegal. You should have put tax evasion, so you're incorrect on your terminology used here. Tax avoidance means under 25.1.1.3.3 in the IRM, Internal Revenue Manual, that as long as you do it within the scope of the law, it's perfectly legal. So wrong use of words. Need to contact your legal department. Get it changed, son. I will be found excludable from the United States under Immigration and Nationality Act as amended. Upon renouncing, relinquishing my U.S. nationality, I will no longer be able to transmit U.S. nationality to my children born subsequent of this act. Damn. Damn. The extremely serious and irrevocable. You know it is when they use the word irrevocable because they don't like the irrevocable trust, but here we are talking about it, meaning cannot be changed. Nature of the act of renunciation and relinquishment has been explained to me by the vice consular, because you can do this at anywhere really, but generally like you to do it at a consulate, at the American Embassy Consulate General at this location. I fully understand its consequences. I do or do not choose to make a separate written explanation of my reasons for relinquishing my U.S. nationality. I swear, affirm. Like, man, they really want you. I swear, affirm. Oh, you can only do one or the other. So that must mean that there's a difference between the terms swear and affirm. Interesting. That I have read, had read to me this statement in the language and fully contents, your typed name, your sign of nature, counselor's attestation to the facts of what you just given them. United States of America. When you see the word America, you know they ain't playing. It's hardcore. When it's just U.S., you know it's on some bull skit. So that is it, guys. Do not take that document lightly because that is it. That is it. I mean, that is literally it. There's you've left Oz, you've gone back to Kansas, um, literally and figuratively, and the rest of the world is pretty much gone. That is it. I mean, I don't know why anybody would really want to do that unless you're really sure you want to be in another country, and that is just like even if you're not happy with the United States, at least just like go and do your thing there and leave the door open for you or your future generation. Unless you got like a UFO spacecraft and portal wormhole technology and some lightsabers, then let me know because I'm on the way. If not, that is it. So do not take this action lightly. You have to be 1,000% sure and 1,000% set up. Otherwise, you don't have anything as a U.S. citizen or a national. But like I said, you notice how I didn't say much about your U.S. citizenship. Maybe that's what the other document was I had. I don't remember. It's been like a couple of years since I did that video. Maybe that one was on U.S. citizenship versus nationality. Either way, definitely documents not to use. Even if you're not happy with the straw man and you want to get rid of it. See, even the universe is on my side. It's better to have it and not use it than to need it and not have it. Because even having a messed up tool, hammer, car, whatever it is usually better that you have it and to be able to use it, even if it's on occasion. Trying to keep a straight face here and not let my brain say what I want to say. But then again, that's why a lot of y'all keep some of y'all raggedy baby daddies and baby mamas. That's why, that's why, because sometimes a messed up something is better than a nothing, right? Oh, speaking of somebody with a raggedy baby mama, mm, 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 it is what it is. But I haven't kept her. As soon as she wasn't acting right, she got put on the curb. And that, my friends, is a story for another time. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great one. Take care of yourselves and each other. Badwolf's out.